Release can also mean forgiveness. Forgiveness. Barabbas, how many of you remember him? He was the dude that when they freed, they were supposed to, Pilate was deciding who they were going to free. He didn't want to have Jesus' blood on his hands. So he said, let's bring Barabbas. And we know they're not going to choose Jesus. This good man, they're going to choose to free him and not the sinner. Well, they released Barabbas. Have anybody seen that scene in The Passion of the Christ? Judah Smith has a crazy video. Jesus is enough. I love that. If you have a chance tonight, Google Jesus is enough. And they have a little piece in there on Barabbas. But they released this man. Barabbas is a type of the church. He speaks of us. Jesus was made our ultimate debt at Calvary. So your little debt that you're dealing with is nothing to him. He's used to that. He's used to it. He can deal with it. This is a season where God is lifting guilt. He's lifting shame. He's lifting defeat. The place that you've been in, somebody's been in here, you've been under pressure with somebody, they messing with your name, they messing with your integrity. God is lifting that. In this release, you have to release them as well. When Jesus was offended by Judas, somebody say Jesus didn't get offended. He wasn't in sin. He was human and he felt it. Now he didn't hold on to it. But when Judas kissed him, that hurt. He felt that. I've been in that thing on Judas. It's been messing me up. I had some people I had to release. Y'all acting like y'all don't got nobody. I had some people I needed to let go and just release them. And I was looking at how Jesus did this thing. For where God is taking you, you can't afford to have excess baggage. You got to shed some stuff. Let some stuff go. Man, it's getting me right now. But in Matthew 26, Judas is sitting at the table there with all the disciples. They're all sitting there having the Last Supper, and Jesus is instructing them. And he says, one of you is going to betray me. Judas had the nerve to say, is it going to be me? Like he was confused, like he didn't know what was going on. Jesus says to him, though, I think it's so profound. Go and do quickly what you must do. Some of the things that are being done to you have to be done. Why? That's the only way people know how to respond. Your gift, your kindness, your beauty, they don't know how to treat you right. They don't know how to receive you. You don't match, you don't fit in. They never could do you right. It wasn't in them to do it. God is saying, release them, and don't just release them quickly. He said, go and do quickly what you must do. So he released him. Then Judas, he goes into the garden and he's still wrestling with that thing all night. Then those that were supposed to be closest to him, supposed to have his back, the man done kissed him and betrayed him. Well, the kiss hadn't come yet, but it's coming. They know that something's up and Jesus is in stress. They all went to sleep. Have you ever been in a season where everybody in your circle is asleep on you? Nobody got a word. Ain't nobody got a prayer for you. Just out there by yourself. He's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. Why? Because he's been there too. And when Judas finally does come and he lays that kiss on Jesus and says, this is the guy. This messed me up. Jesus said, friend, why have you come? He identified the place that Judas had in his life. This was not a stranger that came to offend him and to kill him. This was his own. This was somebody he had trusted. He had willfully embraced. He brought him in. It was to the place where what Judas had given himself over, Jesus said it'd be better for him to be turned over to Satan for somebody to act like that and do that. There's been some people, you've been hurt to that level. You've been through a bad divorce. Your name's been taken all through mess. Didn't make no sense the way you got did. Credit all jacked up, house taken from you. It was wrong. God is saying in this season of release, I need you to release and let go of the shame and the pain. Because if we hold on to it, it's going to keep us in the past. And it won't allow us to enter into our future. God is taking us into a new place, into new territory, into new things. And he's saying in this season, it's time to let it go. Somebody say that, let it go. Let it go.